A very good evening to you and welcome. It's Monday, 9th September 2024. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, Rivers police arrest one chance robbery gang, another for child trafficking. NLC says arrest of its president's bid to silence opposition. Labour Party withdraws automatic ticket for former presidential candidate Obi, Governor Oti. APC national leadership appeals case stopping congresses in Rivers State. On the foreign scene, Germany announces temporary controls on all land borders. I am Constance Mega. The news continues after this commercial break. Just stay tuned. Overbridge, Port Harcourt City Local Government Area. Police Public Relations Officer SP Grace Irikoko, during a media briefing at the command headquarters, identified the suspects as Titus Ugo, Chinagorom Eze, and Favor Yusuf. SP Ringakoko said Titus Ugo was shot after he opened fire on police officers while attempting to flee.
On September 4th, 2024, at about 9 p.m., a police patrol team spotted the gang robbing the last victim around Garrison Flyover and apprehended them in their operational vehicle, a purple color Volkswagen Golf 3 with registration number Rivers AB738LS. The police apprehended the three suspects, namely Theodore Sunday Ugo, male, Chinagorom Eze, female, Favor Yusuf, female.
Well, SP Ringakoko also said the suspects confessed to the crime and revealed details of their mode of operation.
The gang that had been operating for over 2 years have confessed to the crime and revealed to the police their mode of operations. They would create a single passenger space at the front seat while the gang members would occupy every other space. They would then threaten and dispossess him or her of their money or phone, after which they would push them out of the moving car. They would then sell the stolen items to awaiting receivers and share the proceeds.
In the same vein, the public relations officer of the command, Iringa Koko, said police officers from Ubima Division in Ikwere local government area arrested one Polycarp Uzoma in connection with child trafficking and murder in the community. SP Iringa Koko said that Uzoma lured a 20-year-old identified as Queen Olu into the bush, where he stabbed her multiple times and abducted her 1-year-old baby. She said Uzoma later sold the child to One Happiness for about 1.4 million naira.
The victim was lured into the bush path at Ubima by one Polycarp Uzoma, male. He used a bicycle to convey her to the designated spot and then attacked her, hitting her repeatedly with a stick and a yet-to-be-identified weapon. When she became unconscious, he took her 1-year-old baby boy, Desire, and left her for dead. He then sold the baby to One Happiness Amadi, female, for 1,400,000.
Well, correspondent Emeko Tuka reports that SP Ringe Koko also said the baby has been rescued and is receiving treatment in the hospital. Moving on, the Nigeria Labour Congress has condemned the arrest of its president, Joe Ajero, saying it was a way of silencing every voice of dissent and opposition in the country. Mr. Ajero was arrested and detained by officers from the Department of State Services, DSS, today on his way to the United Kingdom. A statement by the head of Information and Public Affairs, NLC, Benson Upa, said Mr. Ajero was detained without any legal warrant or formal documentation. Now, he described the arrest as a brazen act of lawlessness and intimidation. The union called for the immediate release of their president, saying the Congress will not stand idly while the rights of its leaders and members are trampled upon. Well, it said the NLC remains resolute in its commitment to protecting workers' rights and will not be cowed. Well, Mr. Joe Ajero's arrest comes about a week after he honored an invitation by the police over what the police say was an investigation into terrorism financing. In the meantime, the Trade Union Congress, TUC, has condemned the arrest of the NLC President Joe Ajero, and in a statement by the TUC President Festus Osifo, he said the arrest of the NLC president is an unjust action that represents a clear violation of the rights to freedom of association and expression, which are fundamental pillars in any democratic society. Also, the PDP has cautioned the President Bola Tinubu-led administration against the indiscriminate arrest of labor leaders, activists, protesters, and innocent citizens, saying such arrests could throw the nation into chaos. The National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Debo Ologunagba, in a statement, urged President Tinubu to channel his energy towards addressing the nation's rising inflation, poverty, and hunger, and improve security, saying this is what he was elected to do. Moving on, the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party has thrown open its presidential tickets and the Abia State governorship ticket for the 2027 general elections. The decision was reached after the NEC meeting today in Abuja, its national convention in Anambra State earlier this year had raised the next concept.
Labour is clear that you cannot travel the running for the elections. And what done? You not barrier.
Well, this is by the declared vacancy in the declared and for electives grant restraining leadership by the July Ogandu from going ahead to conduct planned ward, local government and state congresses, which were scheduled to hold on the 11th, 16th and 26th of October this year. Now, when the matter resumed for hearing on interlocutory injunction, lawyer to National Chairman of the APC and Secretary Joshua Musa informed the court that his clients have Thanks for staying with us, and now to the rest of the news. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has tasked the State Investment Promotion Agency with positioning the state to achieve financial independence from federal allocations. Governor Fubara made this call while inaugurating the newly constituted board and members of the agency at the Government House today, and he stressed the importance of making the state more appealing to investors.
Rivers State can still come back to that enviable position that it once occupied. Those people that were doing business in Rivers State that left for one reason or the other, they can say come back. Because Rivers State is blessed. It has its oil. So the purpose of this agency will know that Rivers State is not about coming and I now take the side of maybe I'm interested in 10% or 20% of what you're coming with. The purpose is to build our state. The purpose is to grow this state economically in such a way and manner that even if we don't get federal allocation anymore, we can sustain ourselves with our IGR.
Well, Governor Fubara also urged the agency to focus on agriculture.
Look at what is happening in Transamadi. We can develop the resources we have in One. We have Obebema, Gas Hub. These are promises we made during our campaign. and we must fulfill those promises. I want it to be a serious business for the interests of Rivers State. Not just issues of people coming to build houses and other things. I want your concentration to be more on agriculture. People are coming in to invest. People that are coming to build factories. Because it's only when we start production, employment issues will be resolved.
Well, in his remarks, the chairman of the board, Anga Fubara, assured the governor of their commitment to attracting investors to the state. Correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu reports that other members of the agency include Chamberlain Peterside as Director General, Tamuno Ibuemi Life George as Secretary, Godlife Mekini, Harvey Ideozu and Barry Tokbagi as members. The Rivers State Commissioner for Agriculture, Victor Key, has thanked Governor Siminalayi Fubara for the successful inauguration of the state board members of the Investment and Promotion Agency. In a statement, Mr. Key said the inauguration marks a pivotal moment in the commitment to foster a robust agricultural sector in Rivers State. Well, he said with the establishment of the Investment and Promotion Agency as a one-stop shop for investments in agriculture and other sectors, the state is poised to facilitate greater access to resources, information and support for both local and international investors. But Mr. Victor Key said the initiative will not only enhance agricultural productivity, but also create job opportunities for the youths and stimulate economic growth. Well, the Agriculture Commissioner, while promising to work together with the agency to attract investments and ensure that farmers succeed, encouraged all stakeholders, including farmers, to collaborate with the agency to harness the potential of the agricultural resources and transform Rivers State into a leading hub for agricultural investment in Nigeria. Moving on now, scores of people from various walks of life gathered over the weekend in Port Harcourt to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Sinforest Limited. Well, speaking at the event, the co-founder and chief executive officer of the tech firm, Asawo Ibifuro, outlined some of their achievements in education, judiciary, revenue, health, and human capital development.
We've been able to change certain things in education, come up with the foremost e-learning solution in the country. In judiciary, we are also trailblazers in terms of court management information system. In health, we have our health management information system also. In terms of tax management, we are the ones doing it for the states. The greatest of all the achievement has to do with the people that we've been able to build over the years. We hope to begin to engage INEC concerning election solutions that we have. We've tested it, we've tried it at the SUG level. There's no ballot paper snatch. The thing is in the cloud, so it's a sure way to go.
Mr. Ibifuro also shared plans to engage the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, with ICT solutions to strengthen the nation's democracy. Well, on his part, the Chief of Administration People Operations, Ikechi Nwogu, also spoke about their newly launched book, Grit, Grand and Grace, the Sinforest Tech Innovation Story.
This would encourage and inspire startups. We're asking people to come buy the book. It's going to be on Amazon. It's also on the Sinforest website. And then for every copy that is sold, 50% of the proceeds will be used to fund a startup fund. We didn't have that when we started. It was a major struggle. But then we'll come up with a venture capitalization system in partnership with the Rivers State government and Wheeling State governments to see how a certain amount of money periodically could be given as grants to support innovative brands that are probably suffering the kind of frustration that we suffered back in time.
Well, some award recipients at the event also spoke.
It's a long service award that was given to us. We that have been with the company from the inception up to this moment. Personally, I've been with the company for like 17 years plus. I joined them in 2007. Since then, I've been with them. Recognition of my service to the company is something that means a lot to me. It shows that the company actually recognizes my input.
I'm extremely proud of them. Over the years, they've not only been focused on evolving and creating products that have been very, very helpful, but at the same time, they're also focused on ensuring that underserved communities also benefit from the work that they do.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Germany's government has announced temporary border controls at all of the country's land borders today. Well, it's described it as an attempt to tackle irregular migration and protect the public from threats such as Islamist extremism. The Interior Ministry said in a statement that the controls will start on 16th September and will last for 6 months at first. Well, that's it. But before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news this evening, you heard that the Rivers State Police have arrested a one-chance robbery gang and another for child trafficking. The NLC says the arrest of its president, Joe Ajero, is a bid to silence opposition. The Labour Party has withdrawn automatic tickets for former presidential candidate Peter Obi and Governor of Abia State, Alex Otti. The APC national leadership has appealed a case stopping congresses in Rivers State. On the foreign scene, Germany has announced temporary controls on all land borders. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you for listening.